We're a day removed from the New York Yankees being eliminated from the playoffs this season, a day removed from experiencing ultra pain of watching a team that won 94 games and lead the league in home runs by a truckload look like a little league team against a professional baseball team. We're a day removed from watching players like Anthony Volpe, Trent Grisham, Cody Bellinger, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, Austin Wells, Ben Rice, pretty much everyone not named Aaron Judge look like complete and utter horse and dog shit in this series versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Watching this series was very, very difficult because it showed the warts of something that we have, at least I've spoken about for quite some time. Maybe not on the podcast, but in conversations and so forth. The problems that exist within the New York Yankees and the fact that they're managed like by analytics and not by, I don't know, baseball feel, the way a game should be managed, a team put together based on I don't even know what it's put together on anymore because it's surely not based on putting the ball in play. And that's something that drives me crazy. I grew up to a baseball where players hit for batting average. Guys hit home runs, but players hit for average. Players didn't take pride in striking out. Players made contact. Players protected the plate. They did whatever they had to not strike out. Now striking out is like, who cares? Well, I care because when you strike out 10 times in the first 12 outs, like the Yankees did in game two, well, you've exposed yourself to the reality that if you can't put the ball in play, well, the other team can't commit an error. And when the Yankees did put the ball in play in game three, good things happened. Now, game four, you have Jazz Chisholm, who commits a horrendous error. You have his base running issues in itself are also a problem for me. But I was listening to the fan, WFAN. I'm not in New York, but I listen to this show. I love listening to these two guys. And they had Suzyn Waldman on the show today. And she said something that was really, really, really revealing, exposing, and honestly just confirms everything that I already believed, which is why I have no problem saying that Aaron Boone is the problem. He's been the problem. He believes this shit. He believes in managing by a manual. He believes in managing via analytics. He doesn't believe in feel of the game. He doesn't believe it. So when you watch a game and how it moves forward and so forth, it really is a little bit frustrating. So let's take a listen to what they had, what was said in this interview today on the fan on WAFN, and I'll let y'all judge for yourselves. And welcome back again to another edition of Yankees Unplugged, powered by Come On Now the podcast. I'm your host Rudy Rodriguez Show. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. Let me know y'all thoughts of the content. We will continue to try to get Yankees content in. Unfortunately, it did not work out because of the fact that the Yankees lost so soon in the playoffs. I really thought they'd make it to at least the ALCS. Truthfully, I thought they were the best team in the American League. I mean, I stand on it. I thought they had the best team in the American League, and I thought they could get to the World Series. I thought they could win the World Series. The Dodgers the NL is not that great. The Phillies just got knocked out by the Dodgers. The Dodgers won 90 games this year, and you know how the Dodgers won tonight via an error. When you put the ball in play, things happen. Players choke. It happens. It doesn't matter if they're pros. They choke. They make mistakes. The pressure is too much. So y'all take a listen to this video, this interview here, and let me know y'all thoughts.
is making those decisions in game.
Okay, you're not going to like this because but people think that Aaron Boone is doing what they tell him to do. He is in lockstep with him. I don't understand why nobody understands this. He believes everything they believe. They go over a plan that they think this will happen, and this will happen. If it doesn't happen, Boone makes the decision of who can come out. But don't think that he disagrees with them. I mean, I don't think anybody gets that concept. When he had his interview here, one of the things that they did was make out lineups, and the analytics did it, and he did it, and they did it for a long time. He matched them all the time. He thinks just like this. I mean, what do they think they do? That somebody calls down from Cashman Suite, and there's a phone in the dugout that says, bring in this guy?
No.
These decisions, in game, they're his. But the plan is that whole group. It's a group. It's not somebody sitting upstairs and coming down. It's together. And anybody thinks that Aaron Boone doesn't agree with them. That's why he got this job.
Right.
Yep.
You know, he believes in all this. If you think back to when he was on ESPN, he was always bringing up this weird analytic stuff. Back then, it was weird analytic stuff.
He was.
Just think back. He was.
Yep.
He was really out there. And sometimes you'd watch him and you think, what? And we didn't know what that was back then. That's a long time ago.
It was. Oh, man.
You say, what is he talking about?
Who?
People. Are you serious, man? Suzyn Waldman absolutely eviscerated Aaron Boone right there. She eviscerated him. She exposed him. She has inner knowledge of what goes on. She knows what the hell she's talking about because she's there. And to hear her say that, she sounds pissed. Like this weird analytic stuff. We didn't understand it then. We still don't understand it now. What is he talking about? This is why you watch this team throughout a season and you watch pitchers pulled out after 5 innings, 6 innings. This is why the bullpen is exhausted by June. This is why every single year, almost as a guarantee, the Yankees start off pretty good, and then they go into this massive fucking swoon between June and July, sometimes into August, as you see them completely fall apart because their bullpen that they rely upon so much because of Aaron Boone's analytics destroys and falls apart because it's gassed out, because he burned them out in 2.5 months. This year was no different. It went like this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And here we are. And now we lose. Like, she's there, man. These two guys, when I listened to them earlier today, I mean, some of the things that I said, there's no way Anthony Volpe would have ever been hitting. How is Anthony Volpe hitting in this game? Why is he even playing in this game? You got to explain it to me. How is this guy even on the field? Trent Grisham, same shit. You want to know why those guys are still in the game? Analytics. That's the only reason. That's the only explanation that Trent Grisham doesn't get his ass on the bench and why Anthony Volpe is still swinging despite the fact he went 1 for 15 in this series with 11 strikeouts. He was basically a guaranteed strikeout in this series. Utterly fucking useless. But yet he does not get pulled from the game because Aaron Boone manages via analytics. Period. He's been doing it. He's talked about it forever. It's what he believes in. Unfortunately, the real analytics people actually do take some stock in, I don't know, batting average. There is some level of batting average that matters. Because I'm sorry, if you're hitting 230 or 210 or 220 and you're striking out constantly, what are you actually doing for the team? What are you doing for the team? I mean, Ben Rice, I was all over the place with whether or not to play him or not yesterday. Jason Dominguez, why do we even have him on the roster if he's never gonna play until the ninth inning of Game 4, and he pinch hits for Anthony Volpe and hits a fucking double off the wall? Like, she exposed him, and she exposed the fact that the reality is he is the one that makes the final decisions on everything on the field. There's no one calling him saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. He's making those calls because he agrees with everything these guys think. That's why he's the manager still, because they think the same way. And if you look at it, the Yankees have been losing the same damn way every year. Has there been a difference in how the Yankees have lost in the playoffs? Zero difference. Shit fielding, no clutch hitting, nobody gets on base. For the first time, Aaron Judge is absolutely incredible. You cannot blame that man for the bullshit this year. You cannot. He saved them in game fucking 3. He hit 500. His OPS was better than it was in the regular season. His on base was over almost 600. The man got on base practically every game, multiple times a game. He was being walked because there was no threat of anyone behind him hitting the ball. No threat. Let's just look at some of the numbers that some of these guys put up. And when you look at it and compare it to the management of Aaron Boone, how do you explain the fact that Giancarlo Stanton was 4 of 16 with 4 Ks? Jazz Chisholm was 2 of 14 with 2 Ks. Anthony Volpe was 1 of 15 with 11 strikeouts. Austin Wells was 3 of 13 with 3 strikeouts. Cody Bellinger, the guy who's supposed to be a contact hitter, was 3 of 16 with 4 strikeouts. And Trent Grisham was 2 of 17 with 5 strikeouts. Now, let's compare that. So that is a total of 6, 7, 10, 13, 15 of 45, 58, 74, 15 of 91. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. I'm not including everybody because one, Ben Rice didn't start every game. The rest of these guys did start every game. And the third baseman was a platoon situation, kind of, sort of. They hit 164. Aaron Judge in this series was 9 of 15. 9 of 15. He had 9 hits. The rest of the other 6 regular starters had 15 total hits. He was 9 of 15. He hit 600 in this series. 600. 6 RBI, 1 homer, 4 walks. This man was on base 13 times. 13 times in 19 plate appearances. 13. He was on base 68.4% of the time that he went to the plate. And yes, people will go after the fact that he struck out with the bases juiced and no one out. And you have every right to say that. You have every right to say that. But guess what? Someone hits behind him too. When are they held accountable for what they don't do? Giancarlo Stanton makes $25 million a year in one of the worst albatrosses of a contract that Major League Baseball has ever seen. The guy is, outside of last postseason, he's otherwise useless. The Yankees have got to move on. And I'll be talking about that in another video. But Ben Rice comes up after him, does nothing. Jazz Chisholm does nothing. Wells does, like, these guys all do nothing. They do nothing. So when you hear this stuff from Suzyn Waldman, and she puts it down there for you and breaks it down and says, he knows, he agrees with all this shit. He's the final decision maker. How the fuck does he not get fired? Or better yet, why the fuck has Hal Steinbrenner not fired everybody yet? Everybody. Because they all suck. Everybody in that front office should be fired. Boone should get canned, and everybody in that front office should get canned. Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You cannot explain to me how Anthony Volpe is playing in Game 4. How he's playing in Game 4, coming in at 1 for 12. Was it 1 for 13? 1 for 11. He came in that game 1 for 12 with 8 strikeouts. And you thought to play him? Why didn't you use Rosario? Why not Caballero? Like, what the fuck is going on? Worst case scenario, Caballero can try to drop down a bunt, get to first, steal second, and create his own rally. Like, this shit, what would make you play Volpe? What would make you keep Grisham in the lineup? Having 230 hitters leading off in the playoffs, I'm sorry, people, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And that's 230 in the regular season. Because in this series, he hit 117. There's no explanation for this shit. None. Zero. But there you have it. Aaron Boone manages by a manual. And she confirmed it. He makes the final call on everything on that field. And if that's the case, then he shouldn't have a job. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, leave a comment. This is Yankees Unplugged, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.